here I am. I always forget to add myself to the stage. Welcome, everyone, to Travel Thoughts Thursday. I'm Terry from My Terrific Life, and welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the live stream today. I still have a little bit of respiratory things going on, but it is almost, yes, I might be wiping my nose. It's almost totally cleared up. Yesterday, I was so busy after I talked to you guys for the walk for me. I ended up getting like over 10,000 steps in movement and stuff. Dance class went well last night. Yeah. So thank you all for joining me yesterday for Walk With Me Wednesday. So today, excuse me, my voice is still scratchy, like I said. Today, we're going to talk about an interesting topic. And yeah, we're going to go traveling virtually. Because right now, the way my nose is set up, it ain't ready to go out in those travel streets. I'll be coughing everywhere. When my coughing has actually subsided, it's just literally the drainage. Not complaining. I'm healing. So let's see who's in the chat already. Oh my goodness. Hey, Thomas. Target Prime Rib is here. Thank you. Welcome to the channel. And we have Dennis from my tiny home in Tiny Town, Newport, Tennessee. Hey, Dennis, welcome. Welcome. Yes, everybody say hi to each other in the chat. Get to know each other because we're about to go traveling across the continent. How many continents? Put it in the chat now. How many continents have you been to? Put it in the chat. I found a lot of cute, fun facts for this topic. So, again, bear with me in my voice. But yeah, how many continents have you been to? Put it in the chat. So some of the things, by the way, this is like a teacher moment, right? We're talking about our geography. We're talking about the 7 continents. We know there's 7. Can anyone, yes, 2, including the U.S., that's a good amount because some people have never left their town. So, and if you haven't left your town, that's okay because we're going to talk about exploring all the different places. Another teacher moment for me. Can you name the 7 continents before I throw that out there? Who can name the 7 continents? I wish I could give a prize for that, but I can't. Sorry. The prize is I will clap for you and do a lot of woo for you if you can name all 7 continents and try not to look them up on Google. Drop that in the comment. Let's see. So Dennis says he's been to 2, including the U.S. Yes, you always have to include our home continent, right? North America. Ooh, I just gave you a clue. That's one of the continents. North America. Can anyone name another one or another 6? I'm going to give you a moment to do that. And then I have some some facts about each of the continents. And feel free to talk as much as you want to. I always have that one curl that just doesn't want to act right. At least it looks weird on camera to me. But okay, I'm over it. I'm over it. So Dennis, since you mentioned 2, I already know the answer to this, but share with everyone what the spam call right in the middle of the presentation. How dare they? Name the 2 continents. Of course, we already said North America, and I know the other continent, but share with our audience what the other continent is. And if you are visiting us today, please make sure you give us a like Give me a thumbs up and join our discussion. Jump in at any time and talk about what you have or where you have traveled. Our question right now is, can you name the 7 continents without looking it up? We've already said North America. And then it says he's been to North America and Europe. So now we have 2. Can you name the other 5? All right. I'm going to go back to my other questions while people are Googling. Because I probably would have to Google if you just asked me randomly. But let me see if I can do it, okay, without looking. I have notes right here. But, oops, I'm not going to look. So we have North America, South America, Europe. And I guess I should have done it alphabetically because it's a lot easier. Africa, Asia, Antarctica, and Antarctica. Did I do it right? Oceania or Australia. I guess the Arcticas are together. I don't know. Good question, though. I didn't look that up. All right, so I named what I have, and now I'm going to look at my notes and make sure they're right. We're going to say them together again. Africa, Antarctica, Asia, Europe, North America, South America, and they have it as Australia or Oceania. So that part of the world. So those are the continents. Did somebody put it in there? All right, Thomas. North America, South America, Antarctica, Asia, Europe, and Africa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Thomas, have you visited any of those places other than North America? Just put it in the chat if you have. If you haven't, that's okay. I'm just throwing it out there. So let's see here. I have some fun facts and fun questions. And we're going to go through each continent. Are y'all ready to travel a little bit? So here's the first question. If you could visit any continent right now, which one would you choose and why? Put that down in the chat. While you all are discussing that in the chat. First continent, and I went alphabetically, is Africa. That said, according to this, I disagree because there's some other cities I would rather go to than the one that I found as one of the, I won't say the most traveled to, but considered one of the best cities to visit. Now, yes, I think it's a good city to visit, but it just wouldn't be my choice. Best city to visit, they said Cape Town, South Africa. And I know I have friends that have visited there. And they said it's a cool city. You either like it or you don't. Must see is Table Mountain, Robben Island, and Cape Winelands. I guess this was chosen because the culture there is very diverse. Africa is incredibly diverse with over 2,000, not 200, not 2,000 languages spoken. Cape Town blends African, European, and Asian influences and is known for its vibrant music, art, and food scenes. I have heard that is true. I know in that area you are either African or Afrikaan because it's a big Dutch influence in that area. So, like I said, it wouldn't be my first choice. I actually ancestrally want to go check out Ghana and Cameroon because from what I know of my family's ancestry, those are the 2 countries in Africa that my family has come from. So that would be my choice before I would pick South Africa. But hey, like I said, I was just looking up some information to share, and that's what I found. Let's see, I have some more things in the chat. All right. And you said you have not traveled outside this continent, and that's okay, right, Thomas? So he puts Europe because I hear such great stuff about the fresh food in Italy and Paris to be able to visit my niece in college. Oh, where is your niece? Where is your niece? That's cool that she's studying abroad. Yeah, my kids all studied abroad to some extent. And yes, the food is mwah in Italy. Even the carbs are good in Italy, Thomas. And I didn't, because I was already carnivore then, and I tried my best. It was very hard in certain places, though, to not eat local um, that way. I had some of the best pasta. Of course, I intentionally was going to have the pasta. I'm in Italy. Where do you get pasta? Italy and Asia, period. So yeah, it was good. And I didn't have, of course, I didn't have a Dexicom or Dexa, whatever, to notice it, but I could do by the way my body felt. My, I didn't feel a sugar spike from their pasta. So yeah, it's pretty good. I did have some. Now, granted, before the end of the trip, I walked to a um, butcher and I found the most prettiest ribeye. Because their cuts of meat are amazing, about that thick, and I was about that long, I guess, fatty, fresh. And because I was staying in an Airbnb and they had a skillet and they had gas, which I love cooking on gas, I fixed that baby. And it was a good reset before I left Europe. It was so delicious with very little seasoning, just butter, that steak, some salt, and I think that's all I had on it. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. So yes, that is true. The food is very fresh. You shop way more often. That's kind of why I guess I like tiny living too. Even though I don't like the grocery shop, I have to shop often because I have a small fridge. So I get fresher cuts. I buy less, but buy better. So yeah, yeah. I did not get to go to Paris, but I did get to go to Bordeaux. Same thing. Same thing. Beautiful scenery as well. Beautiful scenery. I think you would like it. Let's see here. Someone else says, Dennis says Australia. Oh, you want to be an Aussie. I wish I could do dialects like my kids can. All three of them are really good at doing dialects. I can't do them. I can't do them. I sound like something's wrong with me, which it might be. But yeah, Australia. I would love to go to Australia. I heard it's very expensive. My friend that has traveled just about all, I think she's traveled all but Antarctica. She's been to Australia. She said it was, it depends on which city, but I want to see, and that's one of the questions I'm going to have soon. Um, I want to see the Sydney opera thing. I mean, there's certain iconic places that I want to check out if I go to Australia. So, and I want to see, I've seen Thomas says, oh, and one father came from there. I have not been to Wales, but my youngest has. He was a student ambassador. Heard me tell his story. He was a student ambassador. He was a student ambassador at the age of 11 and 12 in Scotland. So here I go glitching. It only glitches at this time of day when I'm on here with y'all. So sorry. But yeah, he got to travel the world even at that age. So I am interested in that whole territory. Next time I go to, your the glitching, guys. Just bear with me. He said, I would eat a lot of fish and I want to try their fresh buffalo mozzarella. Exactly. And it depends on which region you're into. Oh, she's not there yet. She's going in November. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you need to start setting your sights on that. It's actually not as expensive as you think. We'll have to talk about that another time. It's not too bad if you start putting your coins away now, it's not too bad to travel to Europe, especially at that time of year because the weather is changing a little bit. And if she's going, I guess, to Italy or France, I'm not sure which one you said. It's starting to cool off, so tourism is down, so you may find better prices. So you might want to say, hey, can I help you move, Nisi? Let me help you pack up those bags and carry them for you. That might be a good thing. So let's see. Let's get back to some other questions here. So the next question is cold continent or hot? Because we have both extremes, right? We have both extremes in that list of continents. Like I said, I would, even though I don't like the cold a lot, I would love to visit Antarctica. I would love to visit Antarctica and just to see. I follow this YouTuber named Nomadic Introvert. Oh my God. When I say she lives a dream lifestyle of travel, she lives a dream lifestyle of travel. So if y'all ever check her out, I probably should have put her out. I'll put her in the next week's travel chat because y'all need to check out her footage and her cinematography from the beginning of when she started, because she was a van lifer first. And now, oh my gosh. And her cinematography has gotten even better as her channel has grown. And she is an introvert. Like, she really doesn't hang with people. Like, I would be hanging with more people. I'm an introvert, but not as much as she is. But man, the stuff that she has seen and the places she has traveled would blow your mind. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind visiting Antarctica. And since I'm talking about that, and then I'll check the chat again in a minute, let's talk about our second continent, which is Antarctica. So they're saying, from what I looked up, that the best city to visit is, can anybody guess? There's no cities. And I never thought of it until I read this information. There's no cities in Antarctica, but the main hub is McMurdo Station, and that's a research base. I forgot that they mostly do research up there because it's not really inhabitable per se for long stints of time because of the climate. It says must see is the Antarctic Peninsula, penguin colonies, icebergs, and that's why I thought of the Nomadic Introvert. She just did a film of some icebergs. Oh, wow, must see. Icebergs and the Southern Lights. Travel goal for me. I want to see that. I want to see that. So the culture, Antarctica doesn't have an indigenous culture, but it's a place of international scientific cooperation. Visitors are mostly researchers and adventurous tourists. So I would be one of those adventurous tourists because I don't want to stay there because it's cold. But to see it and see, they said the Southern Lights, and I want to see the Northern Lights too. So yeah, the Aurora Borealis, all that. Just that. It's just I get cold chills thinking about stuff like that. That's just so cool to me. It's just so cool to me. I'm going to go back to you guys in the chat before we get to our next continent. Thomas says, I'm getting an adapter to my new computer so I can be wired, which is better. Which is better than the wireless. Yeah. No, I get that. I guess I probably should, but I don't really. Here in Tiny Town, we just kind of have it all over. Honestly, though, I am on the community internet right now. I let someone borrow my personal internet, and I just got to get it back from her. I can then hardwire into it, and I think it would be better. So just give me a moment. I'll get hardwired, and hopefully that will help. I'm saving. I am saving for so much. It would take me so long to go. But that's okay. That's okay. Just put it as a priority. Just don't put it off too far in the future. Trust me, I get the financial part of everything. But sometimes you just got to do it. Yeah, it may be on a whim, but sometimes you just got to do it. But I get what you're saying, Thomas. I get what you're saying. And Dennis says, neither extreme at this point, neither hot nor extremely cold, huh? Yeah, I find that I'm kind of adaptable, so I can tolerate anything for about a week or two. I say that, but I haven't been to Antarctica. I don't know if I could do Antarctica for a week or two, but maybe since it's nothing but nature to see, maybe do that for 5 days and then leave to go get warm and hopefully find a hot tub. Yeah. But yeah. So, with that being said, let's go visit our next continent. And while we're doing that, here's a fun fact question. Can you name a famous landmark from each of those 7 continents? I've given you a clue on a couple of them. See if you were listening. Sorry, the teacher in me's coming out. It's coming out. Let's see. We've been to Africa. We've been to Antarctica. Our next A continent is Asia. Asia, and also a girl's name or a lady's name. I know a lot of Asians. So, Asia, they said the best place to visit. And I agree with it, but I also know there's so many other ones. Best place or best city to visit is Tokyo, Japan. Tokyo, Japan. I have not visited any Asian countries. And for a long time, I had no interest in Asian countries for some reason. But now they're intriguing me. They're beginning to intrigue me. So I would love to go to Tokyo. I would love to go to Tokyo, Japan. And I also would like to go to Thailand. Like I said, my oldest son, he did Thailand, he and his wife. And he said, and everybody I've talked to that's gone to Thailand, they're like, if you can get there, after that, it's budget friendly. The food is amazing. Things are beautiful. So that is now on my list, Thailand. But excuse me, Tokyo, Japan is another one. I would love to go to Japan. I would love to go to the Philippines. I would love to go. Definitely Vietnam is now on my list. I saw from my friend, and y'all know her, Catrice, that's in the chat a lot. She's my other friend that's a big world traveler. She went to Vietnam, and I saw some of her pictures. There's this bridge, and I can't remember which city it was in, and you can probably look it up. And I'm giving y'all another hint here. It's a bridge, and the end of it looks like this, my hand, or does it face this? this way. I don't know, whichever direction that hand is going, and then the bridge extends from that to the other side. When I saw that picture, number one, it was very overwhelming and kind of mysterious because the angle that she took the picture, it was one of those foggy mornings too. Oh, it gave me like this eerie feel, as well as I want to see that. I want to see that in person effect in Vietnam. And again, I can't, it was a Hanoi. I don't remember what city. I don't remember what city, but look up the Han Bridge. That's an iconic landmark, by the way. Yeah, I gave you another answer. Open book test here. But so what they said about Tokyo, Japan. Let me focus. Must see is Shibuya Crossing. Ancient temples. Yes, I've seen pictures of the ancient temples. Gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Cherry blossoms and Mount Fuji. Mount Fuji. I'm going to check the chat again because somebody may already have some of the other landmarks. Oh, Thomas says, I need to save for a car and I'm saving to find a new place to live. My place now has been raising my rent every year about 100. May need to move next year. Hey, yeah, some of those daily functions we have to deal with. Hey, I get it. I was in the same boat as you as far as finding a new location to live just a few months ago. So I get that. I get that, Thomas. But I'm just saying, expand your horizons after you get it settled and go visit your niece. That's going to be priceless. It's going to be priceless, I promise you. All right, back to our travel. Dennis says, I'd like to visit Japan with a short jaunt to Okinawa and ride the bullet trains. That part, I would love to go. I am sorry, y'all. I would love to ride the bullet trains. I like trains. I grew up riding just the locomotives here in this country. We used to come from St. Louis, from where I was, born, to Nashville, where I ended up for a long time. And we would ride the train. Then our next thing was riding the Greyhound buses. And that was before they got real bad. But I don't think I would ride a Greyhound now, not unless I had to. But yeah, I love trains. That's the part I did like in France. Their modes of transportation in Europe, they're amazing. You just hop on, you scan, you hop on, you ride, you hop off. You take your bike if you're going bike riding somewhere else. You don't have to have a car. If I didn't have to have a car and a car note, which is why my youngest son, another reason why he lives in New York, he's like, Mom, I don't want a car. I don't want a car note. I want to have to pay insurance. And of course, he's in theater, so that's the place to be. But he enjoys walking everywhere. And I actually would prefer walking everywhere if possible. So, yeah, bullet trains on my list too, Dennis. I get it. I get it. Let me go back to our little bullet point here. What else? Oh, we're still in Asia. We're still in Tokyo. Asia is the largest and most populous continent. That I didn't know. And I think because it used to be Africa was the largest continent. But I think because they have connected with some other countries now, they're considered the largest. Home to ancient civilizations. Tokyo is a blend of ultra-modern and traditional with a deep respect for etiquette. They are very etiquette based, and I kind of like that. Technology and cuisine. So that's about the continent of Asia. Yeah, because Asia also incorporates places like Persia. Um, I don't think Turkey is in that mix, but yeah, they incorporate some more areas that I know growing up was not considered Asia, but now yes. So things keep changing, even geographically, although the land's not changing. But geographically, people change rules and lines and borders and all that stuff all the time. So it's good to look it up compared to how when we were younger and learned it, right? So from Asia, y'all ready to travel one more continent? We're now going to Europe. So they said, and here you go, Thomas, that the best city to visit is Paris, France. Like I said, I haven't been to Paris. I went to Bordeaux. I was supposed to go to Paris, but if y'all know the story, I didn't get to make it to Paris. I still want to go to Paris. Now, my daughter, and she studied abroad. She did the Normandy area, more the northern part. They did a lot of World War II research things. She got to meet a Holocaust survivor, one of the few last ones that are around. In fact, the one of the local newspapers in France interviewed them because they were students interviewing the Holocaust survivor, and so she made one of the French newspapers and stuff. I still have that one too. She said because she flew into Paris and then she visited Paris for a couple of days, she said her opinion, and I have heard other people say that it's okay. It's another big city. Do I want to go still? Yes. I still want to see the Eiffel Tower for myself. I still want to see all the things of Paris for myself. But she said you only need maybe a day, maybe two in Paris, and you would be done. So some of the must-sees in Paris is, of course, the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre Museum. I would love to go there too. I heard that the Mona Lisa is only about yay big. It's not that big portrait that everybody keeps thinking it is. The Montmartre and the Seine River. And I know I didn't pronounce that correctly because I don't know French. Anyway, the culture. Europe is known for its rich history, art, and architecture. That is so very true. The architecture in all the places that I did get to visit in Europe, beautiful. Because that I am a student of architecture. Like if I had really thought of it and wasn't afraid of math when I was in college, I probably would have been an architectural engineer. I didn't think about it till later in life. I guess I could have gone back, but by then it's like, I'm good. But I love architecture. Another passion of mine. I love architecture so much. I see beauty in a lot of either simple pieces or ornate pieces. In Europe, I saw a lot of both. But some of the ornate pieces, knowing that a person chiseled that out. Number one, they dreamed it up and then they chiseled it out or created it, brought tears to my eyes. That's how magnificent it was. So I saw a lot of God creation when I was there, and I saw a lot of man-made architectural creation, which I think still was connected to the God creation for them to even have the forethought to make buildings and cathedrals and homes that way. Beautiful, beautiful. So yeah, Europe is known for that. Paris is the heart of romance, fashion, and gastronomy, with a cafe culture that encourages people watching and conversation. Yeah, it is fun to people watch there. Fashion. I would agree with the fashion, but I think Milan would probably be its competitor because that is the fashion place of the world, Milan. But Paris is known for it too, as far as classic features. I saw, and I'm not bashing any of you American men, I promise, but some American men could take notes from their European brothers. Yes, classic. Even when they're not dressed up, even when they're about to go for a walk, even when they're about to go ride their bicycles. Classic. Just well put together. Well put together. Yeah. Just saying, guys. Okay. Not bashing. All right. Let's move on to our next continent. Let's see. I have somebody in the chat here. Oh, here you go, Dennis. I'd like to visit Thailand and the Philippines too. Maybe China. Yeah. I am down with all those places myself. China would probably give me the vibes that Cuba did because of the political structure of the country, but it wouldn't stop me from going to see it. It would not stop me from going to see it. But yeah, all the places, all the places. And now I'm really getting hungry because I haven't eaten yet. And why do I want something that's Thai at this moment? And I'm going to let you know, being very transparent, when I travel out of the country, I'm going to at least try their homemade natural cuisine 1 or 2 times while I'm there, regardless of how I eat normally. Okay. And then I'll hit the reset button later, but I am going to try what is native to that country for sure. For sure. All right. Let's see here. Let's get back to. I'm going to go back to this question here because I noticed sometimes we have people pop in late. And just in case they do, I want them to see this one right now. So we're coming from Europe and we're circling around and coming to North America. We're familiar with North America. That's where we live. Okay. They said on this information that I found that the best city to visit, can anyone guess? Yes, Newport, Tennessee. No, just kidding. The best city to visit in America or North America, New York City. New York City. Now, we've got a lot of good cities to visit here in just this part of North America. Don't forget, North America also includes Canada. I've been to Canada, but I want to see Canada. There's so many different sections of Canada that I really want to check out. I really want to check out. I know I can do it in my car too if I pinpoint the places, just like Nomadic Introvert did, and she did it in her Subaru. Inspiring. But they said New York City. I love New York. I am a city girl by nature because I grew up in the city and then lived in the suburbs. I love the suburbs and now live in a small town. I love the small town. I guess basically I just find joy wherever I am, huh? But I love New York. And I think I said the other day, I need to go visit my son. He's been saying, Mom, you haven't been to New York in a couple of years. Come visit me. But he's about to go on tour. So I'll wait until he gets back. And I think I'm going to go visit a week in New York. I love the vibe of New York. I love the vibe. Now, I do have a new friend that lives in New York now, and she's like, I can't stand New York. But she lived there all her life. So she's ready for a change. I think we all have to have a change after a while. and changing locations and being flexible with our life. It's a part of living. You got to be able to pivot, right? You got to be able to pivot. So Dennis says for Europe, France, Italy, Denmark. Yes, Denmark is on my list, and Switzerland. Of course, England, Scotland, and Ireland. Yeah, all of those. In other words, all of Europe, pretty much. I want to go to Croatia. Yeah. I heard that some of the prettiest beaches are in Croatia. And I do know for a fact that that's one of the biggest salsa scenes too in Europe. Hey, so Croatia's on my list. Croatia's on my list. Go back to that. We're in North America now, though. Let me get back over to North America. Some of the must-see places in New York, of course, we know these. Statue of Liberty, Central Park. I love Central Park. Did I tell y'all the story of one time my son and I were walking through Central Park, and we were just walking and chatting, and two people were walking towards us, and I just happened to look over at them, and I'm like, oh, they look familiar. How come they were from the same suburb of Nashville that we lived in for 100 years? It was Roger and his daughter, and they were walking through Central Park too at the same time that we were walking through Central Park. So wild, so freaky. That was funny to me. I'm like, Roger? He's like, Terry? And both our kids, they looked at each other and we were like, what? How does that happen? That you're walking in Central Park in New York City and you run up with someone that lives like 2 miles away from your house in your home city. How does that happen? It just does, right? So, yes, Central Park, Broadway, and Times Square. I love Times Square. I do love Times Square. I actually stayed in Times Square one of the visits that I did when I was in New York. And it's just, I like that hustle and bustle. There's a bodega there that actually serves the best pizza I've ever had. And that was before I was carnivore. But man, that pizza was the bomb.com. Really good. Let's see. It says culture. North America is a melting pot of cultures. NYC is famous for its diversity. Yes. If you ride the train in New York and go through the different barrios and boroughs, you'll see the change of the cultures. If you like ride from the beginning of the train station trip all the way to the end into New York City, Manhattan, you'll see the different changes of cultures as they get on. You'll see their different newspapers. You'll see the different writing of the words on their newspaper. It's just because we rode the train one time from Long Island all the way into Manhattan, and that was the coolest part to me. Like I could have ridden that train for a long time, which I kind of did, just to see the different diversities going in and out of the train and moving, so you knew which section of New York you were in by who was on the train. Yeah, it's famous for its diversity, it's fast paced, and as a hub for arts, finance, and innovation. The Apple Store there, if you're an Apple user, the Apple Store there is amazing. It's an experience within itself. Check my chat real quick. Dennis, you want to go a lot of the places I like. I like to explore Canada. There used to be a train that went across a large part of Canada. I don't think they have it anymore, but I'd have loved to do that. Yeah, that would be, again, train rides. You can see so much. There's even a train ride from Nashville to, I can't remember what little city outside of Nashville, and it goes to a winery. And even that one's fun, and it's not going that far. Trains, you get to see a lot. You would also like to visit Alaska. when it's not the cold season. Yeah, yeah. And I would love to see the whales in Alaska. Phew. I think that's part of their summer because they're coming out of their summer now, which, their summer is what, maybe the high is 65, if that hot. But it also doesn't get dark. I want to see that. I want to see that. That would probably mess up my circadian rhythm a little bit, but I would love to see that part. Love it. I just want to experience so much. Life is about experiences to me. Life is about experiences to me. Let's go back to that one. Now we're traveling to South America. So they said the best city to visit is Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Brazil. Another travel goal of mine. My friend Farah has been there. She went during Carnival. Goal of mine to go during Carnival. People will say that's the most dangerous time to go. I don't care. I still want to experience Carnival somewhere. I want to go to Mardi Gras in Louisiana. Maybe I should start there first and then go to Carnival somewhere. But to go to Carnival there in Brazil, yes, Brazil. So some must see is Christ the Redeemer, the big statue of Christ, Jesus Cristo. Yeah, that's been on my list for a while. Plus, I love Brazilian jazz. I have a friend in Nashville that sings, and her name is Terry as well. She sings Brazilian jazz, and to go to some of her concerts, and she did it in the Frist, which is one of our museums there, and the acoustics was perfect, and her voice was, oh, it sounded so good. But yeah, Brazilian jazz, and then to hear it in Brazil, yeah. I mean, I've had that goal since I was probably about 8 or 9 years old. Yeah, that long. So let's see. Christ the Redeemer is one of the must see. Sugarloaf Mountain, Copacabana Beach, Copacabana, yeah. Carnival. Of course, it says carnival, but it's Carnival. Culture. South America is vibrant and passionate with a love for music and dance. Another reason to go. Rio is known for its festive spirit, samba, and I've been working on my samba. It ain't there yet, but I would love to work on my samba there. Maybe I should go as a dance student. And breathtaking landscapes. Yeah, I've heard. I found out, and this has been almost 10 years ago, that I actually have a doppelganger in Brazil. A friend of mine who grew up in Brazil, her parents were missionaries, and she grew up, and so she speaks Portuguese as well as English. Um, she was looking to visit it again. I think she has since that time, but she said, "Oh my gosh, Terry, look." She found this lady who was doing a video. I think she was walking on the beach. And at first she said, "It looks just like you." And people say that, and then you see that person, you're like, "I don't look nothing like me," in my opinion. So when she showed me the video, I wish I could find that video. When she showed me that video, I looked at it and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, that looks just like me." So I need to go find my doppelganger in Brazil. That's another reason to go. My twin is there. My twin is there. I need to go visit. All right. So now let's go to our last continent, and they're calling it Oceania or Oceania, if you want to pronounce it. And they're talking about the Australia area. So the best city to visit is Sydney, Australia. I'm going to agree. I want to go to Sydney. I want to go to Sydney. Must see is the Sydney Opera House. And I talked about that earlier. I would love to go to the Sydney Opera House. Harbor Bridge, Bondi Beach. I've heard of Bondi Beach. Blue Mountains. And if they're mountains, yeah, I'm down with it. I'm down with it. Culture. Oceania is laid back and friendly. So that's good to know. I've heard different though. So we'll see, right? I guess it's your perspective. Sydney combines outdoor adventure with a thriving arts scene. Have y'all noticed there's a theme on that? It's about the arts. That's part of the culture of everywhere in the world, and everyone's art perception and concepts are different no matter where you go. I love art. I love the arts: music, dance, visual, spoken. I love the arts. Let's see. Sydney combines outdoor adventure with thriving arts scene, and Australians are known for their humor and love of sports. There we go. There we go. So now we've traveled. Y'all, are y'all tired? We've traveled all the continents. Hopefully, I gave you some insights to a few of them that maybe you didn't know before. If not, we can always do a deeper dive, right? Let's see here. I think I have. Oh, here's some fun facts. So in Asia, there's the Trans-Siberian Railway. Yes, yes, yes. In Russia, is the world's longest train journey, stretching over 9,000 kilometers from Moscow to, oh, bear with me on this one, Vladivostok. Vladivostok. Does it sound right? Japan's Shinkansen bullet trains, there's your bullet trains, Dennis, are so punctual that their average annual delay is less than a minute. Oh my gosh. So you have no excuse for being late. In Bhutan, tourism is regulated to preserve culture and Bhutan. Wait, someone was talking about Bhutan the other day. Oh my gosh, who was talking about Bhutan? Huh, I can't remember, but someone was talking about that country not too long ago that I was listening to. Anyway, tourism is regulated to preserve culture and nature, making it one of the world's most exclusive travel destinations. And that's what they were saying. Oh, I was listening to Trevor Noah. That's who. And I think was it Trevor Noah? Yeah. And he had just come from there, and he said it's so peaceful because they do that regulation. They want to make sure you're immersed in the whole encounter and experience of that area. So I put that on my list too because I didn't know a lot about it until I heard him, and it ended up on my list. How about that? How about that? I'm going to go back in the chat in just a second. But then some other fun facts. Africa is home to the world's largest desert, the Sahara. I've always wanted to see that. And the longest river, the Nile. Or like we say to some people, you are in the Nile. Okay, it wasn't funny. Okay, to me it was funny. The Nile. You can visit Victoria Falls. Y'all know I like waterfalls, and I've always wanted to see that. One of the largest and most spectacular waterfalls on the border of Zambia and Zimbabwe. Another two countries I want to visit in Africa. Madagascar, and not the movie. Off Africa's east coast has wildlife found nowhere else. About 90% of its animals are unique to the island, and I heard it is gorgeous there. There's so many beautiful places to visit, y'all. Some more fun facts about North America. Canada has more lakes than the rest of the world combined. Did y'all know that? Canada has the most lakes. I know it starts up in the upper peninsula region of like Michigan and Wisconsin and all that. But wow, they have the most lakes. The U.S. Route 66, or Route 66, however you want to pronounce it, is one of the most famous road trip routes, stretching over 3,900 kilometers from Chicago to Santa Monica. Another dream. Because I, as a child, I used to like hearing the song Route 66. And that's also a drink, right? A Sonic. Anyway, Mexico's Copper Canyon is deeper and larger than the Grand Canyon. I didn't know that. I wanted to find out where the Copper Canyon is. And did you know that in Denver, there's a Black Canyon? Did y'all know that? There's so much, even here in this continent to see. Some more fun facts, and then I'll go to the chat. South America, the Amazon rainforest, mostly in Brazil, produces about 20% of the world's oxygen. Salur de Uyuni in Bolivia, another country that's now on my list, is the world's largest salt flat and creates a stunning mirror effect after the rain. Oh my gosh! Machu Picchu, I think I said that right, in Peru, another on my list, is one of the new 7 wonders of the world. See what I mean? Growing up, we had 7 wonders of the world, but now they're increasing the list. It's more than 7, but they're going to call it 7. So it's probably 7.5, right? But yeah, always. Things are changing always. Antarctica, there are no permanent residents there, which we knew that from what I found. Only scientists and support staff live there temporarily. You can visit by cruise ship. And some tours even let you camp on the ice. That's probably where I draw the line on camping on the ice. But I'm down with that cruise. Antarctica is the only continent with no reptiles or snakes. That part's cool. Europe is home to the world's smallest country, which is Vatican City. It's considered a country on its own, which is only about 0.2 square miles. You can travel between many countries by train in just a few hours. That is true. Their transportation system is amazing, thanks to the continent's compact size. The Eurostar train travels under the English Channel, another goal, connecting London and Paris in about 2 hours. And then the last one, fun fact, Australia is the only country that is also a continent. The Great Barrier Reef is the world's largest coral reef system and can be seen from space. In New Zealand, another place I want to go to, you can visit glowworm caves that light up like a starry sky. And I know there are other places where you can go where fish glow in the water. And it's just, they said it's breathtaking. Oh, our world is so amazing, y'all. It's so amazing. Oh, Catrice, hey. I'm glad you joined the chat. Let me see here. Dennis says, let's go back here in the chat. I like to explore Canada. Oh, yeah, I showed this one about the train. I think we just talked about it, right? Hey, Catrice, how are you today? And everybody's speaking. Then it says South America, Brazil, Rio for sure, Argentina, Peru, and Chile. I have to say it that way, otherwise I think of the food chili. So Chile. I'd like to go to the very tip of South America, right? Like I would like to go to the very tip of Florida too. I haven't done that yet. Another goal. So much. Catrice says, I would visit Antarctica. It's the last one that I need to step foot on. I thought you and Farrah were toe to toe on your continents. I told y'all, Catrice be out in these international streets, y'all. Homage to Catrice. Yes, I thought you had visited just about all the continents as well. So you and my friend Farrah, that's the only one you both have. I'm going to see which one of y'all make it there first, because both of y'all are ambitious in that. And I might have to go with you. Okay. Yeah, I just invited myself. Hope you don't mind. People are still saying hi. Ooh, Terry, let's do the Route 66 drive to right. Cause okay, so transparency. Catrice and I were thinking about doing which one? Highway 1 when we were in California, but we just didn't have enough time. So I'm just saying, Catrice, let's start planning this out. See, that's all I need. I just need folks like Catrice and Farrah just to plant the seed in my head. And then I'm like, let's do it. And then I figure out how to do it later. But yeah, that's how I kind of plan a trip. I still do the research. I still try to make sure the funds are there. But I just go ahead and plant the seed and then work backwards to get to do all these things. So I hope y'all have loved traveling the world with me today, even though we all did it from our couch or chair or office or wherever you're sitting at the moment listening into the conversation. But I hope you got to enjoy it. I hope you found some fun facts that you didn't know about. And I hope you join in again just to chat with us. Tomorrow is our Free for All Friday. And Free for All Friday and Mindful Mondays, I think, well, all of them are my favorite because it's my terrific life, right? But I like the free flow of both of those days. So I've been thinking of a lot of different things for Free for All Friday and Mindful Monday. Like those two things pop in my head really quick. But y'all start thinking of some things you might want to chat about on Free for All Friday. And maybe we'll just, as people start talking, we'll just all chat and chime in and do all those things tomorrow, right? So if you can, remember to like, share, and subscribe. And I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow for Free for All Friday. What's our topic tomorrow? I'll let you know when you chime in. Bye, guys. Thanks for tuning in. And those of you in the future, please put down your places to visit in the chat. Don't think that just because you missed the live that you can't be part of the conversation. I will come back and look. Trust me, we can still talk. We can still talk. But until tomorrow, bye, guys. And I apologize to those that I missed some of your chat yesterday. I didn't see them until I got off. Sorry about that. But here I go. Bye.